igniting awareness in the clean energy sector. And today we are honored to have Dr. Rajesh Arora sir with us, a highly accomplished electrical engineer and PhD in grounding system design. He brings a wealth of experience in substation design, energy management, and regulatory affairs. He worked with Delhi Transco Limited and the Delhi Electricity Regulatory Commission. He currently serves as senior manager in detailed design and engineering technical department. Beyond his technical proficiency, he is also an accomplished researcher and author with numerous publications in leading industry magazines. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Arora sir as he shares his valuable insight.
Thank you very much. Should I start?
Yes, sir. Please.
Allow me to share screen first. I'm going to.
Yes.
Is it visible? Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir, we can see.
Good morning, everyone. I am here to talk about electrical safety for yourselves and your loved one. And I will be covering the practices, best practices and the regulations already in place. We are waking up every day with the news of electrical accidents, fires taking place one part of country, another part of country. It gives pain. It gives pain to everyone. When you come across such accidents, you have two options. The very first option is you just look at the news, start cursing the administration, utility, anyone else. And second option, you take determination to make your country where you are living in a safe country, free of electrical and fire accident. That determination we have taken along with my team of Igniting Power Engineers under guidance of respected PP Vaisa. We just want to make our India free of electrical and fire accidents. Because electrocutions are killing 30 Indians in a day. These are the reported figure. 15,000 deaths in a year. Not a small thing. Think about the persons who are associated with bread and butter earner of that family, who loses his precious life. You just think about the pain, the feelings. Very, very bad situation, bad state of affairs. We have to come together, we have to join hands. We have to give our bit to make this India, this nation, free of electrical and fire accidents. We need help of everyone. They need to aware persons. We cannot play with the fire and electrical appliances, electricity. We have already given many preaches. Now time to take action on ground level. We have to educate electrician. We have to educate people. We have to make people aware about the importance of electrical safety. We have to make people aware about the regulations already in place. We have to implement all these regulations, rules, procedures to make India free of electrical and fire accidents. This is a normal scenario. The moment monsoon starts, social media is full of such types of news. The moment you touch any electric pole, because of touch potential and the step potentials, many people are dying during when you pass through the water logging area. Why the protective devices with that electric poles are not working? If these are working, why it is taking the lives, precious lives of the people who are touching it? What are the solution? We have to ponder over it. Even my innocent animals in the forest are not safe. They also become victim of all this negligence, non-tripping of systems. Very, very painful. Who is responsible for all these things? We have to give our bit. We have to give back to the society. We don't have to swim with the sharks. We have to understand the elephant already in the room. We should not ignore. We should not ignore the safety. We should not bypass it. We should not avoid the regulations. We have to give our bit. It's a wake-up call for every Indian. Just wake up. I'm quite sure whosoever has seen that accident where 7 small infants, cute babies died because of fire. Newborn baby got electrocuted. It happened last week only. We don't care about such accidents. We don't learn from such accidents. We just saw it, we watch it, we express our feeling, we start blaming utilities and system. Then next day we forget. We wait for another accident to happen. We have become thick-skinned. We don't understand the daily situations. We never learn from the near miss. We never understand from the close shave we have already had. Because we are not in the safe hands. We don't look at our steps. We don't follow the safety regulations in place. We never implement it. We always take shortcut. The result is before you. We really want to stop such accidents to happen. We have to take step. We have to give our bit. We have to join hands. We should not ignore the safety. We should have full attention towards the rules and regulations in place. Another accident happened last week only. 24 people killed in Rajkot gaming zone fire. And I was looking at news. And as per the reports, in September 2023, there was a near miss. A small fire occurred in the same area, but we didn't learn the lesson. We wait for near miss to convert into accidents. We all are responsible. There's a problem of mindset. We have to change the mindset. Very shocking, painful. But we will be waiting for another gaming zone fire. We are not ready to learn lesson from the accident happens. The day before yesterday, fire because of air conditioning unit in Noida. Deliberations are going on in Igniting Power Engineers WhatsApp group. What to do? We have to change the design. Already IS 1391 series is there who talks about air conditioning testings and requirement. Their BW levels are there, level 1, star 1, star 2 ratings are there. But the question here is, have we designed our systems as per the changing weather condition, temperature condition? Can all these AC units withstand the rise in temperature 52 degree, 55 degree? If they can withstand, why these fires are happening? Why don't we take action? We don't select the proper wire, proper protective devices. We just wait for accident to happen. I have talked about residential area. What about the substations we have? One transformer that costs 5 crores to 10 crore rupees, depends on the size, got burnt. And I can tell you it has direct impact on your tariff. This is our money being wasted. Apart from the assets loss, there is loss of continuity of power. Outages are there. We are living in an era where we can't afford outages of electricity because we have become totally dependent on electricity at all. You can't take electrical safety for granted at all. All these premature failure of any equipments are painful. It's a crime. And after fire, if you don't provide proper fire protection systems, can you expect anything? So many good methods are already in place, available in the market. The players are here. Why don't we take advantage of the technologies available? Why do we hesitate to adopt best practices in the world, new technologies available in the world? This is the scenario of my power system. This is a reported fire for my power transformer. Think about the distribution transformer in the different areas who are facing which are facing the same kinds of problem. We have to do proper condition monitoring. We have to maintain proper record. Assets management is the mantra to save our equipment, assets and equipments. It's a wake-up call. We can't waste taxpayer money. We can't afford outages. We have to make our country free of electrical fire accident and assets failure, equipment failure. We have to give our bit. We have to start adopting the best practices of the world, best instruments, testing equipments, condition monitoring equipments available. We must have proper fire protection systems, fire prevention systems. There is one agency in India, NCRB, National Crime Record Bureau. All these figures that I have shown in the table is recorded figure, and unrecorded figure may be much more, many times whatever is written here. Total death in 2022, 4,30,504. Lightning killed 2887. 2,800 people lost life because of lightning. Electrocution killed 12,918. Look at the percentage of electrocution, 3.59%. Fire due to short circuit claimed lives of 1,567. These are the recorded figure, reported figure. What about others which are not recorded, which are not reported? There is need to create zero harm culture, need to change the mindset. We should not throw cautions to the wind at all. And we should not take our life in our hand. I have talked about the accident that happened last week. But I have done one root cause analysis. And these are the 13 important reasons that lead to electrocutions and fire. The very first reason is your overcurrent, overload, or short circuit. You are using electronic gadgets everywhere. You have microwaves, you have laptop, you have computers, you have inverter AC, you have inverter fridge. All these electronics components generate harmonics, and because of the harmonics, the current in neutral becomes more. It has heating effect. You don't have proper provision for the earth fault in your system. Electric arc, loose joint. Another reason. In 90% cases, there is a failure of protection devices. Even if devices are there, there is wrong selection of the protective devices. You don't know what kind of MCB to be used for your system. Type B, type C, type D, whatever you get in the market, you just purchase it and install it. You don't have idea about the IS of your cables. class of cable you have to use, class 2, class 5. You don't have idea about the resistance offered by these class 2 and class 5. There is always mismatch of illumination fittings and the lamp used. Biggest culprit, the biggest reason is extension cord for heaters or heavy loads. Extension cord is a temporary arrangement. Don't make it permanent. I repeat, extension cord is a temporary arrangement. It is for the light load. Should not put heavy load and never make it your extension cord as a permanent system. Get rid of habits of using damaged, outlived, outdated equipments. You have to have some provisions to protect your systems against lighting and arcing grounds. Whenever you use solar PV at the rooftop, because now the consumer has already become prosumer. They are consuming there as well as producing the power. And because of this solar PV on the rooftop and the inverter used along with that solar PV, there is a change in the power factor. And because of change in the power factor, the current drawn becomes more, even the DT core becomes hot. Last two important factors: adequate design for earthing or grounding systems. In the absence of earth, there will be an earth. And earth itself is a disaster. Point number 13, that is missing everywhere. There is no verification, there is no testing. Commissioning, there are no commissioning tests, there are no critical tests, despite various regulations in place. We don't care. We never do the commissioning test, we never do the verification, we never do the testings of our installation. And how can we expect our system to be safe? Think about it. In every reports of accidents, some inquiry is set up, inquiry committee is set up, and 80% reports says the fire started short because of the short circuit. When everything started because of the short circuit, why don't we work in the direction to avoid short circuit? Even if that short circuit happens, why don't we provide the appropriate protective device who can take care of the short circuit in my system? It's a wake-up call. We know the reasons. Every report says short circuit, then we have to work in the direction to avoid short circuit. And even if that happens, we have to choose the appropriate, proper protective systems. If we talk about the fundamental thing, there are three things. They are frequency, voltage, and current. And if we talk about the dangers involved, it starts with shock, it starts with thermal effect, it starts with overload, it starts with overvoltage, it starts with transients. If we take care of all these aspects, I'm quite sure my nation will be free of electrical and fire accidents. Now time to understand why this fire starts. To start any fire, you need heat, you need oxygen, you need a fuel. Heat is produced by heating effects of current. Oxygen is already available. And fuels are the combustible material around your appliances, around the electric wire, who is giving that heating effect of current. The fire starts. We have to stop the fire in the buildings, in the industries, in the substations, but we have to ignite fire within ourselves. Ignite the fire ourselves to make our nation free of electrical and fire accident. We have to protect the equipments. We have to avoid premature failure with our dedications. We have to ignite that fire. Stop fire outside, but ignite fire inside yourself. I have talked about role of adequate, important role of earthing and grounding. It is important to mention here that every fault current will be going back to the source. If you provide dedicated low resistant path, you help protective device to operate. If you are not providing that system, one thing is bound to happen. There will be arcing ground or there will be shock position. To take care of that thing, we have two important factors: equipment and a neutral grounding and earthing. To stabilize your voltage, to avoid the floating voltage, you have to provide neutral earthing. And to take care of your assets as well as the person working in that area, you have to provide equipment earthing. Both are very, very important aspects. I have already expressed that thing. The fundamental, what is electrical engineering is always governed by the fundamentals. In fundamentals, there is voltage, there is current, there is a frequency. When the current becomes more because of the fault in your system, earth fault in the system, it has reached back to the source. And that can be understood very well with the analogy of fault current with ambulance on the road. What do? When you come across any ambulance on the road, you try your level best to give past that ambulance to reach to the hospital, because you start thinking about the patient inside that ambulance. What about the costly equipment and the living stock and living personnel working in that system? Or the patient, when the fault happens, you have to give dedicated path for that fault current to reach to the source to save your person's living stock and costly equipment. When the patient reach hospital, the family members feels happy. Similarly, as an electric engineer, as an individual, when that current can reach back to the source, you should feel happy because your protective device will work in appropriate time and it will save your life. It will save your equipments. When I talk about the safety, let us start with the simple examples. In the present era, there is one thing which is loved, liked by everyone, and in fact difficult to live without it. That is your mobile phone. And to run your mobile phone, you need one charger. And when you purchase any chargers, you have to look at IS 13252 part 1 or IC 60950 part 1. You have to look at this square in square symbol that ensures the double insulation. That ensures your safety. Protect your life, protect lives of your loved one. Look at that symbol, square in square. That is a symbol of double insulation and IS 13252 part 1. Now I will be talking about small things in your building, in your house, in your office to ensure safety. Avoid that situation I have depicted in the picture. Never overload your socket extension cord. We have to avoid it. When you are not using any appliances, unplug it. It will help you to save energy, as well as it will minimize the risk and shock and fire. Loose connection must be avoided. I have written must be, not should be. At any cost, there should not be any loose connection. Mind it, must be avoided. Extension cord should only be used as a temporary arrangement. I have expressed that thing many times. And many times I have noticed that these extension code are without earth terminal. Sometimes earth terminals are there, the people just open that earth terminal, but they use only 2 terminal. And they put heavy load on that. That must be avoided. Never plug space heater or any heavy load in the extension cord or power strip. Never run cords under rugs, carpets, doors, or window. This is normal situation I have noticed. They don't want to play with the look. They want to maintain beautiful home, but at the cost of what? They hide their electric cords under rugs, carpets, even sometimes window. It breaks the insulation. And when insulation breaks, you can understand. After that, everything starts that we don't want. We play with the lives because we deliberately cutting the insulation required for the safety. It is normal seen in many offices, many houses, many buildings, many commercial offices. They use extension cord as a permanent solution and they don't fix it anywhere. They just lay it on the floor. And that becomes a tripping hazard. I have already explained in my slides that to start fire, you need oxygen, you need combustible material, you need heat. Never provide that combustible material by placing your combustible items, furniture, any other things close to your appliances that may generate heat. Just avoid it. Make sure you use proper rating illumination fitting for illumination lamps. Fortunately, we have switched to LED in the present era. But still, at some places, this is a scenario. We don't look at the rating of my fittings, and we don't try to match the voltage rating of lamp with the illumination fitting. Is again one of the reasons for hazard I have discussed already. Your building, your offices must have fire detection systems, and that must be monitored, verified, if required, must be replaced. Kindly ensure the proper earthing grounding design based on the requirement at site. And always keep in one line, OLOE, one location, one earthing system. When I say one location, one earthing system, I never say one electrode. I say earthing system. There may be some electrodes for your lightning protection. There may be some electrodes for your electronic system. There may be some electrodes for your power system. All these systems must be interconnected. That is the meaning of OLOE. One location, one earthing system. There should be proper selections of RCD, MCB based on for loop impedance testings, rating of your equipments, that is called load, that will ensure your safety, that will ensure the tripping of that MCB when required. Harmonics, I've already explained, we are using some electronics gadgets, microwave, we are using inverters, AC inverters, fridge, we are using laptop, we are using desktop, we are using electronics gadgets, all these are generating harmonics. And we have to do power quality check. Based on that, we have to select the size of neutral. We have to reduce the hazards because of overheating of my conductor because of harmonic. Proper selections of wire and cable. It plays vital role, helps me in avoiding the fire and electrocutions and failure of gadgets. We have to use the good quality of gadgets and not to use outdated, outlived, damaged gadgets or appliances. Proper maintenance, condition monitoring is needed to check the health of the assets you have, to ensure that they are going to function properly without overheating, without any hazard. Proper protection system coordination is must to ensure the safety. Regular inspections, testings, extension code, gadgets, electric circuits must be checked for damage. If you find any problem, that must be attended. That if you feel that gadgets are not working, functioning properly, that must be replaced or repaired. Consumer now is a consumer because now it is not only taking loads from utility, it is also producing electricity through solar PV, rooftop solar. And through net metering, it is supplying back to the system. When these DCs are converted into AC through inverters, These inverters don't generate, I'm talking about general inverter, don't generate reactive power. They take care of the active power. When they don't generate reactive power is still supplied from utility transformer. And because of that, the core of that utility transformer heat. And at the same time, the power factor at your premises becomes low and you start drawing more current to cater the same load that you were catering when there was no rooftop solar. Design it properly, take action properly, so that there is no such things occurs in your system when you installed solar PV. When I say touching of pole, this is the main cause of death that happens because of the touch potential. Because when the fault happens, it creates earth surface potential around that pole. And when you touch it or you comes in the earth surface potential of that pole, there is a danger of touch potential as well as danger of step potential. With proper protective device operation in minimum time can avoid that situation. We have to avoid arc flash in electrical panels, LV system, HV systems. We have to provide proper arc because in the absence of arc, there will be an arc. These are all the tests to be conducted as per IS 732. That is a Bible thing that must be with you, that talks about what are the tests to be conducted. There are some tests to be conducted before energization. Some tests are to be conducted when you energize the systems. Offline, online, all these 10 tests to be conducted. When you are in any substations, there are 7 golden rules to avoid any electrocutions or hazard, fire. First of all, you have to evaluate the work to be performed. You have to do the RAHA, on-site risk assessments, and hazard analysis you have to do. You have to clearly identify the location. You have to take permit before you start any work. You have to disconnect and you have to secure against reconnection in any condition. That is called LOTO. You have to verify the absence of operating voltage. You have to provide proper temporary earthing. You have to protect adjacent live part. Last but not the least, before starting of any work, it is to be ensured that the required protective devices, personal protective devices are being used by maintenance staff and required tools are available at site. There are some easy to follow recommendations for AC because we have noticed many fires recently in the AC. Unplug air condition during storms and other intense weather conditions to prevent power surge damage. Avoid overusing your conditions by turning unit off at regular interval. Work with air condition professional to replace low refrigerant level. When the refrigerant level becomes low, you have to fill it, as the wrong coolant could also cause problems. Schedule regular maintenance. You have to properly clean your filters also. Inspect services to keep your unit in a proper working condition. Use a surge-proof, good quality extension cord. To avoid power your air condition and select proper protection devices, MCB. And this is the latest B recommendation on AC given a day before yesterday. It requests all the consumers to maintain temperature between 24 to 25 degree. It ensures electricity savings. All these guidelines are available. You have to adopt that line. These guidelines are also applicable for all commercial buildings, official buildings, government buildings, but these are not applicable where specific ambient conditions are required. Now time to talk about the different regulations and rules in place. First of all, you must have the copy of this CA Safety Regulations 2023. You must have copy of this National Electric Code of India 2023, which has 8 parts, and every part talks about safety in different situations. You must have this IS code 3043 of earthing. You must have IS 732 electrical wiring installation. You must have this IS IEC 62305 protection against lightning. These are 4 parts. Talk about the first part, talk about general principles. Second, talk about the risk management. Third part, talk about the physical damage to structures and life hazard. And part 4, talk about electrical electronic systems with structures. Apart from that, we have recently seen the fires in the hospitals, the applicable standards to take care that thing, the IS 17512 2021 that talks about the requirement for electrical installation in the medical locations. And as per this standard, there are 3 groups, group 0, group 1, group 2. Group 2 is a situation where no applied parts are used, medical locations. Group 1 where medical parts are applied to be used externally or invasively to any part of body. And group 2, medical location where applied parts are intended to be used in applications such as intracardiac procedures, operation theaters, and vital treatment, where discontinuity of supply can cause danger to life. For that particular systems, we are using IT systems, and to design that IT system, you have to be very much careful, because there will be 2 types of, I think, IT as well as TNC systems in hospital location, medical location. How to design it, that must be understood very well. And don't think this is the end. We have to give our contribution to eliminate fire accidents. Let's take a pledge to make our nation, our country, a safe country to live in. And with our efforts, I'm quite sure we can make our nation a country free of electrical and fire accidents. And we can also save assets. We can avoid the premature failure also with our efforts. This is not the end. It is just the beginning. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
So thank you, sir, for this outstanding presentation. I hope we all have learned a lot. So on behalf of community, I have few questions and I would like to ask it from you, if you will allow me.
Please, please.
Yes. So, sir, as you were saying, there are 7 golden rule if anyone is working in substation. So, मैं ये जानना चाह रहा था कि वहाँ पर जनरली किस तरीके के hazards होते हैं, अगर कोई न्यू प्रोफेशनल जा रहा है सब स्टेशन पे, तो उन्हें किन चीजों का ख्याल रखना चाहिए कि वो सेफ्टी हैजार्ड्स को ना देख पाए या नहीं हो।
जो जितने भी एक्सीडेंट्स होते हैं यूजली क्यों होते हैं कि सपोज आपको एक पर्टिकुलर लोकेशन पे काम करना है, आप सबसे पहले आप रिस्क असेसमेंट करते हैं, हजार्ड एनालिसिस करते हैं आप कि आपने यहाँ पे काम करना है, यहाँ पे क्या रिस्क है, क्या हजार्ड हो सकते हैं, उसके बारे में आप बात करते हैं। वो बात करने के बाद आप एक परमिट टू वर्क लेते हैं। परमिट टू वर्क लेने वाला आदमी वो इंश्योर करता है कि उसने जहां पर आप वेयर यू इंटेंड टू वर्क वो आइसोलेट कर दिया है, उसको पूरा का पूरा दैट इज वोल्टेज फ्री, दैट इंश्योर दैट थिंग, उसका कोई सोर्स नहीं है। अब जब आपको पीटीडब्ल्यू मिल गया और आपने काम स्टार्ट करना, सबसे पहले यू हैव टू इंश्योर यू हैव प्रॉपर पीपी, पर्सनल इक्विपमेंट्स, पर्सनल प्रोटेक्टिव इक्विपमेंट्स। फिर आपको देखना है कि उसके आसपास कोई वोल्टेज सोर्स तो नहीं है। फिर आपको जो स्टैटिक चार्ज है उस इक्विपमेंट में जो पहले चार्ज था, विद द हेल्प ऑफ टेम्परेरी अर्थिंग यू हैव टू डिस्चार्ज इट। टेम्परेरी अर्थिंग सबसे पहले लगेगी और सबसे लास्ट में काम करने के बाद निकालते हैं। ये रूल है, गोल्डन रूल है। आप इन जो ज्यादातर एक्सीडेंट्स होते हैं वो क्यों होते हैं, आपने परमिट लिया किसी और चीज का और आपने काम शुरू किसी और पे कर दिया, आपने प्रॉपर सेफ्टी इंश्योर नहीं कि इनकमर उसके दो थे, एक बंद हुआ दूसरा बंद नहीं हुआ, लाइन आपकी किसी और को काटनी थी, काट दूसरी दी। ये सब छोटी छोटी चीजें हैं जो गलतियां होती हैं फील्ड में। आई हैव नोटिस दैट थिंग, एंड विद दैट 7 golden rule I assure you that can be avoided, that can be reduced, that can be minimized, eliminated. This is the thing.
ओके सो सर द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज कि लाइक अगर किसी प्रोफेशनल को सीखना हो इस सेफ्टी हैजर्ड्स के बारे में, तो क्या कोई एक ऐसा ट्रेनिंग कोर्स है या कोई ऐसा सर्टिफिकेशन है जिसको करने के बाद कोई वेल अवेयर हो सके इन सेफ्टी पैरामीटर्स के बारे में?
देखिए, सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट बात यह है कि जब बात करते हैं इंजीनियरिंग की या किसी भी लेवल पे, चाहे वो डिप्लोमा का कोर्स हो, इंजीनियरिंग का कोर्स हो, सेफ्टी का कोई चैप्टर नहीं है आज की डेट में। दिस इज अ प्रॉब्लम विद आवर एकेडमिक system. We don't have any particular course for safety. Even there is no dedicated chapter of safety in one of our power system book. ठीक है, आपने भी पढ़ा, आपने भी कोई चैप्टर नहीं देखा। अब हमारे पास ऑप्शंस क्या हैं? We have various regulations in place. अगर हम इसको अपना करिकुलम का पार्ट बना ले, रेगुलेशंस को सेफ्टी का, और सेफ्टी ट्रेनिंग के लिए विजिट कराएं, कोर्स कराएं, मॉक ड्रिल कराएं कॉलेजेस में, डेफिनेटली अवेयरनेस आएगी और हम और प्रोफेशनल सेफ्टी प्रोफेशनल जनरेट कर पाएंगे जो इस सिस्टम में अवेयरनेस के साथ साथ जो हजार्ड हैं, जो फायर इलेक्ट्रिक्यूशन, उसको कम करने में हेल्प करेगा। और अब आपका क्वेश्चन था, कोई सर्टिफिकेशन, एज सच कोई सर्टिफिकेशन नहीं है। हाँ, कुछ ग्रुप है, जैसे मेरा ग्रुप है इग्नाइटिंग पावर इंजीनियर्स, जहाँ पे स्टूडेंट ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं। वहां पर यू विल फाइंड सो मेनी लेजेंड्स आर देयर। मूर्ति साहब इज देयर, पी रामचंद्रन सर इज देयर, भाई साहब इज देयर, Rajput sir is there from CA. They are all our legends. I keep on learning from them. मैं सीखता रहता हूँ। Every day you learn a new thing. Davis sir is there. सब लोगों, ये 7 golden rules की मैं बात कर रहा हूँ, डेविस सर ने इस पे बहुत काम किया। बहुत लोग हैं जो काम कर रहे हैं। अब मैं अगर हॉस्पिटल्स की बात करूं, हमने कुछ टाइम पहले मुबारक खान जी के साथ इसी टॉपिक पे बात किया, जिसमें आईएस की बात कर रहा हूँ, 17512 हॉस्पिटल्स की बात कर रहा हूँ, उसमें पूरा डेलिब्रेशन किया हमने। मेरी टीम में रामधनी, गुलाब, they keep on spreading the message. They are the actual leader. They are giving back to the society in one form or another form. Awareness, आप ये काम कर रहे हैं, you are also doing a good noble cause. Finally, you will be uploading somewhere, the people will be watching it. You have also become the part of that system. You have become the part of that mission that my other people are.
Yes. One question we received in our chat box that from Arvind, will you recommend use of surge protection device at residences? अरविंद जी का ये क्वेश्चन है।
Yes. It depends on the height of the building you have. And that depends on the isochronic level of your area, because that needs study. Everything is going with the IEC 62305 part 1, part 2. Part 2 is talk about the risk assessment. You do the risk assessment. If as per risk assessment you feel some protection are to be required, you must go with that.
Okay.
And you are going with the solar power on rooftop, it is must to have that one.
Definitely.
जी।
So sir, the other question is like कि अभी आपने बताया है जो ओवर करेंट एंड शॉर्ट सर्किट भी एक बहुत बड़ा रोल प्ले करता है सेफ्टी में, तो एंड ग्राउंडिंग एंड अर्थिंग की भी हमने बात की थी। तो डिजाइन पैरामीटर्स में अगर हम देखते हैं तो ग्राउंडिंग एंड अर्थिंग का क्या रोल होता है सेफ्टी के पर्पज से?
देखिए,
वो किस तरीके से सेफ्टी को इनहेंस कर सकते हैं?
अभी मैंने एम्बुलेंस का एग्जांपल लिया था आपको। एम्बुलेंस क्या करता है, पेशेंट को आपको पहुंचा देता है हॉस्पिटल टाइम में। डेडिकेट अर्थ भी वही काम कर रहा है। जब फॉल्ट आएगा, द फॉल्ट करंट विल हैव 2 ऑप्शंस, one is to pass through your body. If it is passing through your body, it will give you shock. in case it is not passing through your body, it is passing through earth. That is, there is no dedicated earth part up to the source. तो हाई रेजिस्टेंस पाथ के थ्रू करेगा, अर्थ सरफेस पोटेंशियल जनरेट होगा, टच पोटेंशियल एंड स्टेप पोटेंशियल हजार्ड होंगे, आपका प्रोटेक्टिव डिवाइस काम नहीं करेगा, देन यू स्टार्ट ब्लेमिंग कि आग लग गई, ओवर हीटिंग हो गई. दिस इज द रोल ऑफ अर्थिंग. इन द एब्सेंस ऑफ अर्थ, अर्थ का विपरीत शब्द क्या है? अनर्थ. अनर्थ क्या होता है? डिजास्टर. ठीक है.
Right. So sir, the next question is कि जैसे अभी स्मार्ट ग्रिड हमारे इंडस्ट्री में आ रही है एंड काफी जगह इम्प्लीमेंटेशन भी शुरू हुआ है, तो स्मार्ट ग्रिड का क्या रोल होगा सेफ्टी के लिए? लाइक वो किस तरीके से इनहेंस करेगी इंडस्ट्री में?
बहुत बहुत अच्छा क्वेश्चन है. व्हाट इज स्मार्ट? टेल मी. यू आर यूजिंग स्मार्टफोन.
Yes,
Smartness
definitely.
means you have access to the data, various data. You know who is calling you, who has done that call at what time. It records everything. And the smart systems will be recording all the parameters of your system. And when you analyze it, suppose your meter records that there is overcurrent, there is a leakage. That gives you indication that the RCD in your system is not working. That indicates that there is some overloading in your system. अगर आपका पैटर्न चेंज हो गया सपोज कोई, तो आपको बताएगा कि ओवरलोडिंग हो रही है. हीटिंग, थर्मोग्राफिक करते हैं आप आपने सपोज रिवॉल्विंग कैमरा लगा दिए और वो रिकॉर्ड आपको करके दे रहा है स्मार्ट सिस्टम में कि यहाँ पर हॉट स्पॉट आ रहा है. That will help. All latest technologies help to enhance your safety, provided that you are analyzing all the data you get in a proper manner. This is the prerequisite of using the data of smart system.
Right. So I think मुबारक जी कुछ क्वेश्चन पूछना चाह रहे हैं. जी आप पूछ सकते हैं, आपने हैंड रेज किया है.
Hello, good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, Rajesh ji. Thank you for such a nice presentation. And I've similar to some presentations a lot, and we really appreciate his effort. He's trying his level best to create the awareness of safety.
Thank you.
And
Sir, your voice is breaking.
hello, is it clear now?
It's clear, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So my question was, like we individually we are trying to promote all across, and we are trying to do our best to create awareness. But some time back, I messaged in the post that I think what I believe.
Your voice is again breaking, Mubarak, and we are not able to hear the question. Could you please write it in the chat box?
Yes. I'll try once again to ask. Is it okay? No?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes. Okay. So what I was saying is that we are individually trying to promote the all across by talking to.
Mubarak ji, we are not getting your voice, but I have understood your question. But I feel you want to ask that we are talking too much on WhatsApp, but who is going to take that action on the field? And to clarify that thing, we already created another separate group in IP, that is the action group, which will be headed by respected PP Vaisab and Chopra ji. And under their guidance, we will be making our action plan to minimize accidents. We will be going to create one white paper, some agendas will be there, and we will be discussing that thing with the government to take action in that direction. Another question?
Yeah, so he asked, want to understand guidelines on steps to bring this knowledge to common people instead of taking among engineers. So I think you have already answered this.
I already answered. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Yes, yes. So, sir, the next question is like कि अगर कोई कंपनी है तो उन्हें किस पैरामीटर्स या किस तरीके के सेफ्टी रूल्स क्रिएट करने चाहिए ताकि वो अपने एम्प्लॉय को एक सेफ्टी इन्वायरमेंट दे सके और एक अच्छा कल्चर
बहुत
बिल्ड कर
अच्छा
सके।
क्वेश्चन है। देखिए, मैंने आपको बताया कि नाउ वी हैव नेशनल इलेक्ट्रिक ग्रिड कोड इज देयर, वी हैव सीए सेफ्टी रेगुलेशन 2023 is there, we have IS 3043 is there, we have IS 732 is there, we have very good guides of CBIP that talks about different subjects. अगर हम इन सब गाइड्स को लेके चलेंगे, इन रूल्स रेगुलेशंस को प्रॉपर इंप्लीमेंट करेंगे, और जो ये कंपलसरी है, चाहे वो यूटिलिटी हो, चाहे आपका घर हो, आपकी कमर्शियल बिल्डिंग हो, आपको ये रूल्स फॉलो करने हैं, और विद प्रॉपर इंप्लीमेंटेशन of all these rules and regulations, we can surely minimize the accidents.
Definitely. So, sir, as you are in the industry from a long period, like from 20 plus period, so what are the common myths or misconceptions that you have encountered during your inspection or on the site about the safety awareness in this sector?
The very first thing, there is a misconception about earthing and grounding. Even you
Okay.
Google it, you will find two different definitions of earthing. You will find definitions of grounding. This is a myth number one. Myth number two, for every location, the people have different earthing system for different system. For power system, they have different earthing electrodes. For electronic system, different electrodes. For lightning, they have different electrodes. I have already said OLOE, one location, one earthing system should be the mantra. Myth number three, why to spend money on electrical safety for years? Nothing has happened. In future also, nothing will happen. Myth number four, it has happened to some other person, it is not going to happen with me at all. Myth number five, चलता है attitude is the problematic thing. We are not ready to implement shortcut. We adopt shortcut. चलता है यार. We have to leave all this attitude, and change of mindset is the need of the day.
Right. So, do anyone have any question? Please write in the chat box. If any of you want to ask something.
Yes, sir. I
So,
want
sir,
to ask something, sir.
Yes. Yes, please.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon to all of you. And सर बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर कि आप सर हमेशा अवेयरनेस करते, लोगों को इंस्पायर करते हैं। डॉक्टर राजेश अरोड़ा सर से हम लोगों ने बहुत सीखा, बहुत सारा काम करते हैं। मैं सर, मेरा एक छोटा सा क्वेश्चन है कि जो इम्प्लीमेंटेशन है, जैसे मतलब जो कोई यूजर है सर, जब हम उनको समझाते हैं कि कैसे हम प्रिवेंट करते हैं, वो लोग एक्शन नहीं लेना चाहते, वो कॉन्फिडेंट रहते हैं कि हमारा सिस्टम हेल्दी है विदाउट कोई भी वेरिफिकेशन के बाद भी। तो उनको सर कैसे हम समझा सके कि नहीं, किस पॉइंट से उनको हम कैसे कन्विंस कर सकते हैं?
देखिए, जब आप किसी इंडस्ट्री में अप्रोच करते हैं और उन्हें बताते हैं कि उनके सिस्टम में कमी है, दे से नो ओनली बिकॉज ऑफ वन रीजन, बिकॉज दे डोंट वांट टू स्पेंड मनी। अगर आप उनके पास गए, आपने बोला, तो वो सोचते हैं कोई कंसल्टेंट है, इनको पैसे देने पड़ेंगे, फिर ये रिकमेंडेशन देंगे, उसके इम्प्लीमेंटेशन पे खर्चा होगा। दिस इज अ माइंडसेट। If really you want to bring change, you ask them, you will do it as a pilot project for free of cost. You have come here for the awareness of your system, for your persons, definitely they will allow you to do that thing. This is my personal feeling. अगर आप माइंडसेट से गए कि आपको काम लेना है, तो शायद मुश्किल काम है। अगर आप पायलट प्रोजेक्ट्स के लेके आते हैं और नोबल कॉज के लिए जाते हैं, तो मुझे नहीं लगता कि कोई आपको मना करेगा। इम्प्रूवमेंट अगर कहीं दिखती है तो डेफिनेटली दे विल वेलकम यू।
ओके, थैंक यू सो मच सर। और सेकेंड क्वेश्चन है सर कि जो फील्ड में काम करने वाले सबसे ज्यादा सर इलेक्ट्रिशियन है, जो इंटायर डे दिन और रात काम करते हैं, देखते हैं जो भी प्रॉब्लम्स है, जो भी सोल्यूशन है, क्योंकि जो फील्ड ऑफिसर है जिनको सारी जानकारी है वो जाना नहीं चाहते साइट पे, चाहे फील्ड में वो रहते नहीं है उतना प्रॉपरली, बट जो घटना होती है सर, अगर बात हम करें तो इलेक्ट्रिशियन लेवल पे वो लोग बहुत सारे पॉइंट को निगलेक्ट करते हैं, तो उनको हम कैसे एजुकेट कर सकते हैं जिसके थ्रू हम बहुत सारे एक्सीडेंट से बच सके सर?
रामधनी, सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट क्या काम है आपकी लाइफ का? द इम्पोर्टेंट वर्क इज यू हैव टू गिव बैक टू द सोसाइटी। एक आपका एक होता है, एक फेस होता है लर्निंग का, एक होता है अर्निंग का। लर्निंग होती है जब आप इंजीनियरिंग करते हैं, डिप्लोमा करते हैं, तब आप लर्निंग फेस है। उसके बाद अर्निंग शुरू करते हैं, आप अपनी फैमिली के लिए कमाते हैं। नेक्स्ट फेज इज गिव बैक टू द सोसाइटी। आपको उस लेवल पे जाकर, उस इलेक्ट्रिशियन लेवल पे जाकर एजुकेट करना है लोगों को। अभी वो उन्हें मालूम नहीं है, दे प्ले विद देयर लाइफ, दे प्ले विद फायर, दे प्ले विद इलेक्ट्रिकल सिस्टम्स, दे ऑलवेज पुट देयर लाइफ इन डेंजर, क्योंकि उन्हें मालूम नहीं है। एंड समटाइम व्हाट हैपेंस, इग्नोरेंस इज ए ब्लिस, they feel so, but for electricity that is not a bliss, that will take your life. अगर आपने इग्नोर किया तो लाइफ ले लेगी वो आपका। and when you lose your life, there are many people who are associated with you suffers. आपको उस लेवल पे एजुकेट करना। जब आप किसी इंडस्ट्री को अप्रोच करें, उन्हें बोलिए कि मैं आपका जो इलेक्ट्रिशियन लेवल है उसको फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट 1 घंटे का लेक्चर देना चाहता हूँ, और आपके सिस्टम को समझना चाहता हूँ। दे विल अलाउ यू। वहां से स्टार्ट कीजिए। दैट इज द ग्रास रूट लेवल वेयर यू हैव टू स्टार्ट वर्क। इंजीनियर्स तो पढ़ेंगे ही, इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज में भी जगह, लेकिन आपको इलेक्ट्रिशियन जो उसको काम कर रहे हैं उसको समझाना है सबसे पहले। दिस इज
यस सर, थैंक यू सो मच सर। सर इस प्लेटफॉर्म के माध्यम से सर इलेक्ट्रिकल फायर सेफ्टी के बारे में सर क्या सबको, चाहे वो एजुकेटेड हो चाहे अनएजुकेटेड हो, चाहे कोई गांव का हो चाहे कोई शहर का हो, बहुत सारे हमारे जैसे प्रोफेशनल नहीं है जो इलेक्ट्रिसिटी के बारे में इतनी जानकारी नहीं रखते हैं, तो उनके बारे में सर एक क्या संदेश देना चाहेंगे जिससे वो लोग एक्टिवली पार्टिसिपेट हो सके इस मिशन के साथ?
देखिए, मेरा संदेश एक ही है कि ये देश हम सबका देश है। ये आपका भी देश है, ये राजेश अरोड़ा का भी देश है, रामधनी जी का भी है, रिस्पेक्टिव भाई साहब का भी है, रिस्पेक्टिव मूर्ति साहब का भी है। हर व्यक्ति को अपना बिट देना है, अपना कंट्रीब्यूशन देना है, और उस कंट्रीब्यूशन से ही हम अपनी कंट्री को एक ऐसा देश बनाएंगे जहां एक्सीडेंट नहीं होंगे, जहां फायर की न्यूज नहीं आएंगी, और एक ऐसी कंट्री जिस पे हमें गर्व होगा। और वो तभी संभव है जब सब अपना कंट्रीब्यूशन दे। एक दिन होगा, ये संभव है, असंभव नहीं है। बिल्कुल। आई नीड स्पोर्ट्स ऑफ एवरीवन, individual, be it electrician, be it student, be it youth, expert, non-expert, learned. I need support of everyone. With the support of everyone, I am quite sure one day we will make this nation, India, free of electrical fire accidents, and we will be able to reduce premature failure that we are facing right now.
थैंक यू सो मच सर, थैंक यू सो मच।
So, sir, I have one question also. Like, what advice do you have for the newcomers in the clean energy sector who wants to join this and in the safety sector?
Yes, my advice is very simple. Be persistent and consistent in your effort, and keep 3D with you. Decide what you want to do in your life. Take determination to do what you have decided. Just go and do it. And through your platform, I request all youth, whosoever wants to get knowledge in the safety, they can contact me 24/7. I assure you that I will be extending my full help. Whosoever wants to get expertise or want to learn safety systems and want to join my mission to make India free of electrical and fire accidents, I welcome everyone. Take determination, just do it, and make India a proud country to live in.
Thank you, sir, for this incredible, insightful presentation and the knowledge you have shared with us. And your dedication in the electrical safety is truly inspiring, and we are so grateful for your knowledge you shared with us today. So, as we move forward, let's commit to prioritize our safety together and as sir said, remember safety is not just a compliance issue; it's a shared responsibility that impact all of us. So by working together, we can ensure the long-term success of our industry and protect the life of those who are making it possible. And thank you all for joining our webinar. And we hope to see you in the next webinar. And if anyone you haven't joined the As1 community, please join it. And I will share it in both groups, in the sir group and in the As1 community. Please join and let's unite together for a good change. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very
Thank you,
much.
everyone.